Good afternoon, and welcome to our production of Love in All of Its Guises. My name is Corey Pevitz. I'm going to be one of two MCs of today's show. I'll be joined by Mr. Tim Pale later. The individuals you will see perform today have put a tremendous amount of time, dedication, passion, and of course, love into their craft. But love is a complicated subject. It invokes passion, it is fueled by emotion, and is driven by affection. Love encompasses a wide spectrum of feelings, ranging from the most sublime passions to the most simple of pleasures. Love is perhaps the most fundamental human emotion, not bound by either time nor place. It is the cornerstone of relation and the bedrock of empathy and compassion. Over the years, many artists and writers have attempted to put love into words through their flowing stanzas, passionate verses, and heartbreaking prose. Today, you will hear love's portrayal throughout history and across the world, in a few different languages and from all different perspectives. But love cannot exist without hate. Some of today's performances will deal with dichotomies, attraction and repulsion, passion and logic, love and hate. With Valentine's Day just around the corner, we find it more than fitting that today we analyze humans' most impactful emotion, love. This first performance is from the musical The Light in the Piazza, written by Craig Lucas and composed by Adam Gutel. The musical is set in the 1950s and centers on the wealthy Margaret and her special needs daughter Clara, who leave their southern home and take a trip to Florence, Italy. Clara and a handsome Italian man named Fabrizio quickly become smitten, and soon after, he proposes marriage. Clara accepts. Margaret has concerns about the relationship and feels that it shouldn't continue. Instead, she takes Clara to Rome to try and get her away from Fabrizio. But Clara refuses to forgive him. Despite Margaret's attempts, her daughter refuses to give an inch, culminating in a painful confrontation when Margaret slaps Clara across the face. Clara erupts into a torrent of emotion centered on Fabrizio and the nature of love in the song, The Light in the Piazza. The song focuses on the intricacies of love and pain. In this moment, to articulate all that must be said is near impossible. But in these moments, when love and heartbreak are rolled into one, is when our true feelings must truly be displayed. Please join me in welcoming Grace Cornelius in performance of Light in the Piazza.
Shining musical Chess, with music composed by Benny Andersson and Bjorn Ulvaeus from ABBA, and the libretto by Tim Rice, is about a chess tournament between an American and a Soviet player during the Cold War. Florence is the manager of the hot-headed American player whose name is Freddie. They develop a relationship that soon turns tumultuous. And after a particularly bad fight, she's beginning to realize that the relationship must end. In Someone Else's Story, sung by A.J. Furness, she expresses sadness about the relationship, but also the need to find and live her own story.
The Marriage of Figaro by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is commonly considered one of the best operas ever written. It combines a unique sense of humanity and humor, scored by one of the world's greatest composers. But like any good opera, The Marriage of Figaro includes several characters who dress up as other characters, and there's a lot of different plot elements, so try to keep up as I try to share the point. Celarida is a duet between two of the opera's main characters, the Countess and her servant Susanna. The Countess's husband has a history of infidelity and has been trying to sleep with Susanna. The Countess and Susanna devise a plan to trap the Count, and in this duet, the Countess dictates a love letter from Susanna to the Count, which suggests that he meets Susanna that night in the garden. However, the real plan is that the Countess will be disguised as Susanna, thus exposing the Count's infidelity. Real good? Same page? Good. Please welcome Caitlin McCullough and Gabriella Madu for the performance of Celarida.
In the next song, from Bear, a pop opera, a closeted gay student at a private Catholic high school is struggling with his feelings for his best friend, Jason. Because he can't talk about who he really is or express his romantic feelings, he feels like he is always playing a role of a lifetime. Please welcome Vaughn Vovrosky.
become routine. Never really saying what you mean, but I know the scene will change. What picket fences and a dog patrolling, riding children. God, I know that's what he wants. But Jason, what role do I play? Am I a savior or a phase? Am I here to damn you or to help you navigate this maze? When confusion is a crime, so you fill your life with sound, and if you dance like hell, you hope you'll never touch the ground. What happens when the music stops? In the silence, will he say, one day you realize that his feelings aren't going away? So we drive ourselves insane, spinning circles in our souls as we dance around and play pretend. And once again, reprise our role.
Out of Our Heads is a 2011 musical composition written by the composing duo Michael Koopman and Christopher Diamond. It is described as a self-contained set of songs that blur the lines between musical and pop. The album takes listeners on a journey from the absurd to the sublime, from comedy to heartbreak. As the ninth song on the album, To Excess centers on a man who, when overly obsessed with a woman, stalks her and breaks into her apartment. Naturally alarmed, she grabs a baseball bat to protect herself, but he attempts to convince her that they belong together. But the more he reveals about his feelings and his actions, the stranger things become. Please welcome, performing To Excess, Zach Lundquist.
Hey there. Hi. This is weird. I'm not saying that, but it's not what it looks like. Can we move that down for a second? Please? No? Okay, hold on. I can explain. I will show you that I'm not insane. Listen, Claire, and you'll see we are destiny. Claire, I need you around me. That's why I broke in your place. That's why you came home and found me. With your pennies pressed to my face. Claire, you may not recall the day that we met, but it's a day I'll never forget. The Stop and Shop produce style, I got all caught up in your smile. And then I was right into your leg with my heart, and that one started a song in my heart. You turned and said, what the hell? Well, Claire, that's the moment I fell. If it's on your run, follow her all the way home. Memorize her address, then I guess I am guilty. Love you to excess. And Claire, I may not be in very good shape, but I can climb up a fire escape. And I confess I am guilty. Life sentence and life guilty of loving you to excess. So what do you say, Brad?
In the operetta The Pirates of Penzance by Gilbert and Sullivan, Frederick has just completed several years as an apprentice pirate, and having reached his 21st birthday, is now free. The only woman he has ever seen is an older woman who is his nursemaid, and in this scene he has just come across a whole group of young women. He is totally captivated and tries to woo them in the song, "Oh, Is There Not One Maiden Breast?" singing that if there's just one who would love him, even if she's homely and with a bad complexion, he would love her forever. Please welcome Colin Craigie.
Is there not one maiden breast which does not feel the moral beauty of making worldly interest, subordinate to sense of duty? Who would not give up willingly all matrimonial ambition to rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position? From his position. To rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position. Oh, is there not one maiden here whose homely face and bad complexion have caused a hope to disappear of ever-winning man's affection? If such an one, if such there be, I swear by heavens arch above you, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you be, I love you. However plain you be, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you be, I love you. I love you. I love you.
In this next song, titled Say to Mummy, a woman sings to a man who is smitten with her. He hopes that the feeling is reciprocal. And while she is happy that he loves her, she explains that he is sorely mistaken if he expects that she will love him and him alone. She offers the metaphor that just because someone loves one type of flower does not mean that they shall hate all others. After this, there will be a short 5-minute intermission in the lobby of the chapel. We are accepting donations for the Monmouth College Chorale. Many of the performers you have seen here today are members of the chorale, and your generous donations makes events like these possible. Furthermore, this spring, the Monmouth College Chorale will be taking a trip to Colorado to share their wonderful and hard-earned music. Your donations are a significant help in making these tours and experiences possible. Thank you in advance. Now please enjoy Emma Romano's performance of Sei Tu Mi Ami.
during the dress rehearsals. It was funny.
Good job. My children.
Welcome back. In Epic 3 from Hadestown, Eurydice is trapped in Hadestown after signing a deal with the devil. After breaking into Hadestown, Orpheus, trying to win back his only love, has been tasked with singing a song for Hades, king of the underworld. If he succeeds in pleasing Hades with his tune, Orpheus and Eurydice will be permitted to walk out of Hadestown back into the world above. While singing, Orpheus reminds Hades of his love for Persephone. Themes of love and resilience persist throughout Hadestown, and perhaps no song better emulates that fact than Epic 3, performed today by Edras J. Chavez Alvarado.
Heavy and hard is the heart of a king, king of iron, king of steel. Hard
In the scene leading up to Could I Leave You from Stephen Sondheim's Follies, Phyllis kisses a waiter and confesses to him that she had always wanted a son. She then tells her husband, Ben, that their marriage can't continue the way it has been. Ben replies by saying that he wants a divorce, and Phyllis assumes that this is due to his love for the other woman she knows is in his life. Ben denies this, but still wants Phyllis out of his life. Angry and hurt, Phyllis considers whether to grant his request. Please welcome Caitlin McCullough.
How could I
This next song does not come from a musical. Rather, it is a standalone piece by Drew Gasparini that passionately depicts the agonizing pain of heartbreak. While heartbreak takes many forms, it is as palpable as love and always tethered to betrayal. Time, in many instances, is the cause of heartbreak, but can also be the cure. The title of this piece, I Loved You Too Much, hammers home the idea that love is intensely powerful. It can be used to heal, and it can be used to hurt. As you will hear shortly, you say that you are leaving because I loved you too much. Please welcome Drew Cliffel.
So that's it, it's over. You're gonna just up and go. Don't give me that look like I should feel sorry for you. 'Cause you can just carry on. But you don't know. You don't know how hard this hit me. It's like I get what you're saying, but that won't make it easier. 'Cause words don't cushion falls. I'm already shattered, so off you go. Off you go. You've had enough, you've given up on me. Show me up, 'cause you think you know better. Sure enough, I may have lost my touch, but you
In Run Away With Me from the musical The Mad Ones, Adam is working up the courage to ask Sam to run away with him. He loves her, and he feels protective of her because she's been afraid of life and unsure what to do with her future. He sings about books and plays and all the things he thinks will appeal to her in order to convince her to leave everything behind and run away with him. Please welcome Elijah Lind.
Let me catch my breath. This is really hard. If I start to look like I'm sweating, well, that's because I am. I'm not good with words, but that's nothing new. Still, I have to try to explain what I want to do with you. With you. Run away with me. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Texas in the summer is cool. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, said you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. Sam, I know it's fast. I'm in love with you. Sam, it's crazy, but Sam, I'm crazier for you. I have these plans, Sam, I have these plans of a house that we build on the bay when we run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Alabama heat, sign me up. We'll be on the road like some country song. Won't be long. Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. I'm not trying to make you a wife here. I'm not trying to tie you down. I'm just saying there might be a life here, a new one, as soon as we run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready, Sam. Let me be your ride out of town. Run away with me. California dreams, here we come. Romeo is calling for Juliet. Ready, set. Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Say the word, I'm already there. Run away with me.
Set in ancient Egypt, the musical Aida tells the story of the title character, Aida, a Nubian princess, and her conflicted relationship with Ramadas, heir to the throne of Egypt. Because Nubia and Egypt are sworn enemies, Aida fears she is a traitor to her people if she falls in love with Ramses. In the song Easy as Life, she has realized that to save her imprisoned father and her nation, Aida must betray the man she loves. Easy as Life focuses on several different types of love and tackles the question of how humans can resist love through passion and find love through family. Please welcome back Gabby Madu.
Thank you very much for coming and supporting us today and for your donations to help support the chorale's trip to Colorado. There have been fantastic performances in today's concert, and all the students truly brought these songs and characters to life. And as we see, love really has many guises. It can be complicated and painful and heartbreaking, and yet it is also wonderful and a fundamental need in all of our lives. Before the final song, I want to mention that there was one omission from the list of upcoming concerts on the back year program. Next Saturday night, our wonderful pianist and faculty member, Soli Lee Clark, along with another of our piano teachers, who's also a wonderful pianist, Janelle Johnson, will give a 2-piano recital here in Doll Chapel at 7 p.m. They are performing interesting and cool and fun repertoire, and I hope you can come back and support them. Yes. Now, to sing one more song about love, and in honor of Valentine's Day, all the performers will come back to the stage to sing the classic song, That's Amore.
Thank